Hello and welcome to another Thought for the Day from Holy Trinity, Boston. Now, I have a memory from my childhood of one day having a really bad tummy. I don't know if I'd eaten something strange or bad or if I'd caught something, but I was really whinging at my mum. I felt like I was going to be sick. I didn't know what to do with myself. And I remember somewhere in the midst of all my mum's care and concern for me, she said I'd probably feel better if I actually was sick. Now, this didn't make much sense to me, age whatever I was, but sure enough, before long, now I'm not going to go into any kind of description, but I knew the wisdom of what she'd said, and we have a saying for it, don't we? Better out than in. So why am I talking about this today? Well, this morning I read Psalm 32, and in that psalm, the psalmist speaks of our discomfort at holding all the bad stuff inside us. This is not discomfort from a bad tummy or a dodgy curry, nor is it the feeling of pain from catching something from others. This is a pain of our own failings, the pain of our own stupidity, as it hurts others and hurts ourselves. The question is, how do you deal with a problem when the problem is us? How can you feel well? How can I feel well when the sickness is me? Here is what the psalmist said. Blessed are those whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins are covered. Blessed is the one whose sin the Lord does not count against them, and in whose spirit is no deceit. When I kept silent, my bones wasted away through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy on me. My strength was sapped as in the heat of summer. Then I acknowledged my sin to you and did not cover up my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. When we become aware of the bad stuff inside us, we try and bury it down deep. We try to hide it away, but that never works. When I kept silent, said the psalmist, my bones wasted away through my groaning all day long. The weight of our failings weighs down upon us, and the writer of that psalm found an answer. Better out than in. Instead of burying his feelings, he brought them out into the light of the love of God, the very God he had failed. And instead of finding judgment, he found forgiveness. Then I acknowledged my sin, said the psalmist, to you and did not cover up my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. Now, the wisdom of this world knows something about this. It has a phrase, a problem shared is a problem halved. And many people know the release of talking something over with a friend or perhaps working through something with a counsellor. But these things, good though they are, and useful, only offer to halve our problems. Only our Maker has the authority and power to forgive the guilt of our sin, because Jesus himself bore our failures and our stupidities, carrying them all the way to his final breath. Then, having paid the price and proved the victory of forgiveness by smashing through the gates of death, he won for us our pure forgiveness. Here are those words again from that psalm, but this time from the Message translation. When I kept it all inside, my bones turned to powder. My words became day-long groans. The pressure never let up. All the juices of my life dried up. Then I let it all out. I said, I'll make a clean breast of my failures to God. Suddenly the pressure was gone. My guilt dissolved. My sin disappeared. So let's take this advice. Let's not bury the bad stuff. Let's bring it into the light of God's love, because it's better out than in. Take care. God bless.